Ayo, Divo40 here. Now, I just joined a design contest on Maker's World, and the objective is to design a painting tool. Now, I designed a series of complementary painting tools, so it's more than just one thing. All right, so my printer has finished printing the last piece to the puzzle, and in total, there's 154 pieces, I believe, in total to assemble. So don't worry, it's very straightforward. All right, so let's go assemble it, and then I'll show you what I got. Let's go. At first, we're gonna start with the paint palette. So we're gonna have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pieces that will be assembled that'll make up the paint palette. So this is gonna be a handle where it sits in a hand. All right. Then next, we're gonna have the actual palette itself. So the palette goes on top like so, and then goes in. They're gonna have this ring, which will lock the palette in place, so it wouldn't fall out. All right, and then this is a little cup. This is we're gonna put your water in for when you're painting, and that sits right in the middle, like so. Right, and then this is as a stand so that you can rest. So you can rest your palette down so it doesn't tip over. Even if you don't use the stand, it will still stand upright, so it'll be your choice. So now when you use it, you're gonna have 10 spots. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Where you can put your paint, and then this nice flat area here is where you can mix all your paints. So if you want green, you could take red, and I believe it's yellow, and mix it together, make it green. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But this is a palette. Now next, you're gonna have we're gonna have the wash cup. So as you can see, this cup has a lot of ribs inside. So this is gonna help clean your paintbrushes, and it has some nice fins here, if you can see it. All that aids in cleaning your paintbrushes. And you just put water in each halves. One could be so that you keep one dirty and keep this clean for later. This right here is a little comb where you could comb out the bristles to get rid of all the paint that's stuck in between the paintbrushes. And this slides in these notches here, and then you just turn it so it locks in place. And now, I know I said there's 152, I think I said, or 54, I can't remember now, pieces. So this right here is the main bucket. All right, so now here's the main bucket. So the reason why it has 152 pieces is because of these little guys right here. These are the little blocks that will slide into each of these columns here. Right? So for me, I have some that are red, orange, and then I have a whole bunch of black ones here. Right, so I'm just going to make my one little design with these 3 different colors here. But just to kind of speed this along, so you know that you just take your blocks and just slide it in down, like so. And then just keep stacking them up. So each column's a whole 6 blocks, and just do your thing. It's customizable to what you want, to different colors. Right, but I'm just going to show you the main assemblies, so get on your way. So part of the bucket too, there is a handle so you can carry it, and this is you can see the bracket where the handle goes. So how this assembles, okay, I'm just gonna use this. So it has this here, so these now will slide into any groove you could you could choose any groove you want, but obviously you have to make sure that it's the opposite so that way it's straight. So I will choose. I'll choose this groove here, and let's make sure to see where it will line up on. So this can go here to this groove. So what I'll do is then you have to put at least one block in first, and then you can put the bracket on. So it just sits in there, and that's it. So now we have the handle. So this is the handle, and this is the frame for the handle. So to put the handle together, the handle has its own little slot right here, and then it has this. So you're going to slide these into the handle, like so. And the handle assembly is done. So now, once you put all your blocks in and it's all done, this piece will then keep it all together. But I'm just going to show you how to assemble this, and then because it'll probably take a while for me to put all these blocks in, and that'd be a boring video for you guys. So once you're done putting your blocks in, you put the handle assembly in, and you'll select this. But before doing that, you gotta put your water cup in the middle first. Now, I realized that I didn't make the handle long enough so that once it's in, that you can lift it up and remove the pop one time. So I'm gonna actually upload another print profile with an extended handle so that that's possible. But for now, this is how it is. So then once you put the handle assembly in, and make sure that it aligns across like this so it's easy, right? So once it's in, then the last piece is this ring that retains everything. So this will hold everything in place, and it just screws in just like that. And now you have the full assembly of it. And there is a bonus part to this whole set. It's just one piece, right? It's a washboard, a cleaning board. Just one piece. It has all the ribs here, and then it has these combs that can comb through the bristles. All right, so this, the final assembly of this whole set. I call it the ultimate painting station, because you have your palette, you have your brush holder with 18 slots here, and you have a cleaning cup to clean your brushes. You even have water on your palette, so to keep your paint not drying out. And then you have another stand for it also. All right. So I hope you enjoy. So here's the final assembly of the brush holder bucket. So you can see all 142 blocks are in, and this is how I decided to arrange them. I gave him a little face, 2 eyes, and a mouth. That's the back of his head. So for you, you can arrange your own blocks anyhow you want. So this is fully customizable to your own liking. So then next, so here's the handle, everything in place. There's a handle frame. And then when you look inside, you have your wash cup with a comb here. Now you have 18 slots here, and this is where you can put all your paint brushes, like so. All right, so even when you're painting and you have dirty brushes, you could just put it here, and then when you're ready, you could clean everything out. So this is the bucket, the brush holder bucket, fully assembled. All right, so we'll take a closer look at the cleaning cup, which is inside here. Now, once I've installed, you can take it out, but you're gonna have to unhook the handle. So just pull down, and just pull down a little bit, because it is a little bit flexible, which is good. So you can just pull down, unhook the handle, and then we can take out the cup. So the wash cup is pretty simple. It's just a regular cup with a whole bunch of ribs inside. Right? This is what I call the comb, which will comb out your brush bristles. So you have water in here, you dip it, get ready to paint. You can rub it against the sides, like so. And then you have these fins where you could just, from the bottom, I don't know if you can see this, from the bottom, and then just kind of glide it up, like so. On the bottom, just glide it up like this. So you can get more deeper into the bristles. And then you can use the comb to kind of solidify that and get in between the bristles to make sure that the brush is nice and clean. To use for your next color that you want to use to paint. So this is a close-up of the cleaning cup, the brush cleaning cup. And then to assemble it back together into the brush holder bucket. So you're gonna have your handle removed. Wait, put it back in, and then take your handle, and then just align these notches here back into the guide. So you just take one side, put it in, just make sure it stays there, and then the other side, just pull down as much as you can, and lift lift one side up, pull down, and then you're all good to go. All right. So next, we have your palette. So this is the palette, fully assembled. This is how you hold it, like so. And very comfortable because it's a spherical design and it molds into your hand very well. So the same thing. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 spots where you could put different color paints. And at the bottom here, this is where you can mix your paint. I know I made a mistake in the assembly and I said red and yellow mix green. I correct myself. It's blue and yellow mix green, red and yellow mix orange. But either way, this is where you mix it. And then in the center, this is where you put your water. So you can just dip your brush in there, get your paint, make sure it doesn't dry out, do your mixing and everything, and you're good to go. So this is the painting palette. It's part of the kit. And also, there's a stand for it too, so it could just sit just like that on your table. Or it could stand on its own too, but why not put a stand too for it? And the bonus is this. This is I'll call it the paintbrush cleaning palette. You just paint on it, but with soap and water. And with all these ribs, it just cleans the brush. And then you can use the end to comb through the bristles to make sure they're nice and clean. And actually, I actually made this a while ago when I used to paint. And I had a brush that had dried up paint for about, let's say, a month, right? Because I had a bad habit of this using my brush and then just buying a new cheap set to paint my other stuff, right? But one day I decided, you know what, let me reuse the old brushes I had. So I made this cleaning board, and I washed all my old brushes that had paint dried up for almost a month, and it actually came out almost like I just bought it, because the comb really helps, because after you wash it and then you put the bristles through the comb, it's almost like how you comb your hair, right? You know, your hair, it could be on nappy or like tangle, you comb it and it's nice and loose and flowing. It does the same thing for the bristles. So it's actually really helpful too, to get even like the most dried up, gunkiest brushes, to restore it back to almost like you just bought it from the store. All right, so this is the full kit, the ultimate painter's station, or the ultimate painter's kit from Devo 40. So for all your artists out there, I hope you find the value in this and it helps you on your road to mastery. Enjoy.